Hey, good morning, everybody. It is Monday, the 19th of July of 2021. I hope you're safe, you're well and blessed. I hope you had a great weekend. I know I did. Got to go to Carmi and play some music with some great musicians and some great friends, and just had a great time getting ready to do some things on Corn Day. And for those of you who are from Carmi, also have another musical gig coming up this Friday here in Girard. So if you guys are out and about and want to come down, we'll be playing from 6 o'clock to 9 o'clock, or 7 o'clock to 9 o'clock in Girard at the Girard Fest. So I hope you guys can come down and give us a listen. We'll have a little fun together. To this morning, I'm going to read to you from the Psalms. This is Psalm number 15, and I'm going to read out of the Message Bible, this first part this morning. And so it's going to sound a little different, but I kind of I like the way this is worded, but this comes out of the Message. Eugene Peterson, and it's Psalm 15, the first. It's kind of hard to tell because he doesn't split his verses into 1, 2, 3, and 4. They're kind of grouped together, so I'm not real sure how far this goes. But anyway, it reads like this. God, who gets invited to dinner at your place? How do we get on your guest list? Walk straight, act right, and tell the truth. Don't hurt your friend. Don't blame your neighbor. Despise the despicable. Keep your word even when it costs you. Make an honest living and never take a bribe. You'll never get blacklisted if you live like this. May God add his blessing to the reading and the hearing of his word this morning. In 2002, companies, U.S. companies, Arthur Andersen, Enron, Salomon Brothers, they were all brought down by the rogue actions of a few who failed the integrity test. Their corporate integrity code, so to speak, it failed to equip frontline employees to make the right decisions without supervision. A lack of integrity is nothing new. And the Bible is really kind of full of examples. And one of those involves Gehazi, who was the assistant to the most famous prophet of his day, Elisha. Now, it's hard to imagine that anybody working for or working with such an anointed, holy man of God who saw firsthand the power of God would fail the integrity test. But he did. When Naaman came to Elisha, remember, Naaman was a general in the army, and he had leprosy. And he came to Elisha to be healed. And long story short, Elisha healed him. And Elisha, he did not expect to be compensated. He didn't ask for money. He didn't ask for anything. Now, Naaman had all this stuff with him, and he would have gladly given it to Elisha had Elisha asked, but Elisha did not ask for any compensation. In fact, when Naaman insisted that Elisha take some form of payment, this is what Elisha said. As surely as the Lord lives, whom I serve, I will not accept a thing. That's 2 Kings chapter 5, verse 16. Gehazi, however, or Gehazi, however you want to say that, he didn't agree with Elisha. And he saw this as a good opportunity to to get a little gain here. And so he took matters into his own hands. 2 Kings chapter 5, and a few verses, well, starting with verse 20, and a few verses after that, read like this. Gehazi, the servant of Elisha, the man of God, said to himself, my master was too easy on Naaman. This Armenian, by not accepting from him what he brought. As surely as the Lord lives, I will run after him and get some things from him. And he did. I mean, if we read on, Gehazi chases down Naaman, and Naaman says, "Is everything all right?" And what Gehazi says to him, and says, "My master sent me to say." Well, no, he didn't. So Gehazi's, first of all, he's lying here. That's that you don't pass the integrity test by lying. But he says, my master sent me to say, 2 young men from the company of the prophets have just come to me from the hill country of Ephraim. Please give them a talent of silver and 2 sets of clothing. Well, Naaman said, sure, by all means, and gave it to him. So Gehazi took it upon himself to lie and to get some goods for his own use. And as a result of his sin, God judged Gehazi. Elisha fired him, and God struck him with leprosy, and his life was never the same. He was removed from serving one of God's most extraordinary prophets. Each of us has the potential to be a Gehazi if we don't have a foundation built into our lives that makes us willing to receive only what God gives us through the fruit of obedience. So ask God to keep your motives pure in everything that you do so that you can pass the integrity test. I'm Pastor Mark. Love you guys. Be safe, be well, be blessed, be strong, and go do something for Jesus. I'll see you tomorrow.